February 2009. Legendary late-night talk show host introduces his next guest, Oscar-nominated Joaquin Phoenix. He's sporting an unkempt beard, dark sunglasses indoors, and behaving like this was his first talk show appearance, rather than his, 100th. Even Letterman, who could improv with the best of them, struggled to keep up with Joaquin's short answers, insisting that he was done with acting, so that he could focus on becoming a rapper. Turns out it was an attempt at viral marketing for the upcoming mockumentary I'm Still Here. It was also the best and worst performance art ever. Okay, so maybe the interview didn't tell us much about the movie or drive anyone to actually want to see it, but it did tell us a lot about Joaquin Phoenix, the person and the performer, his deep commitment to his art form, his obsession with authenticity that brought him through a difficult upbringing, and into a widely successful acting career. Now he's the Joker, and there's like a sequel to it, and it's like a musical. WTF, yeah, so what the f*** happened to Joaquin Phoenix? But to truly understand what the f*** happened to Joaquin Phoenix, we must begin at the beginning of the beginning began when he was born on his birthday, 1974. Puerto Rico. He was born to the name Joaquin Raphael Bottom. I guess you can say he started from the bottom, and now he's here. But early in his career, he used the stage name Leaf. But before young Joaquin, or Leaf, set foot on a Hollywood set, the Phoenix family, or the Bottom family, their story took a detour through a controversial chapter. In the early 1970s, John and Arlen Bottom joined the Children of God, a controversial religious cult founded by David Berg. The family, including young Joaquin and his siblings, spent years as nomadic missionaries in South America. It was during this time that Joaquin and his brother River first dipped their toes into performance, busking on the streets to support their family. By 1978, disillusioned with the cult's practices, mostly because this cult began using sex as means of recruitment, the parents left the Children of God cult and booked it to the United States. They changed their surname to Phoenix, symbolizing a rebirth from the ashes of their past. This early exposure to an unconventional and often troubling environment would later fuel Joaquin's gravitation towards complex and morally ambiguous characters. The Phoenix family tree took root in the entertainment industry early on. Little Joaquin, or Leaf, started his journey as a child actor on television in the early 80s. And in 1986, Leaf blasted off in Space Camp, which had the unfortunate timing of being released around the Challenger disaster. So nobody really wanted to see this. But director Ron Howard, he saw something in this little Leaf, and in 1989 cast him in Parenthood. So let's fast forward to 1995, where we find that Leaf is now an adult and he's now called Joaquin. And he's now working under director Gus Van Sant, alongside movie stars like Nicole Kidman, in the film To Die For. So yeah, Leaf had decided to turn a new leaf and embrace his birth name, Joaquin. So this Phoenix was now walking around Hollywood like, hey, put me in your movie. And Oliver Stone did just that, adding him to the ensemble cast in U-Turn, which this character kinda foreshadows his Johnny Cash persona. 1999 would bring us the film 8mm. It's a dark and twisted movie that proves that no role was too gritty or uncomfortable for this young actor, which is probably why he did the movie Quills next, playing opposite Jeffrey Rush's Marquis de Sade, which is where we get the word sadistic, and Joaquin gives a wonderful sadistic performance. Then came the year 2000, of course, that gave us Gladiator, where Joaquin's Commodus pushed him to Oscar-worthy heights. His performance as the jealous, sadistic, sister-obsessed emperor would actually earn him his first Oscar nomination, Best Supporting Actor. He didn't win, but this did cement his status as Hollywood's go-to guy for nuanced, troubled characters. After starring in Buffalo Soldiers, Joaquin Phoenix would work with M. Night Shyamalan for the first time in Signs, where he played Mel Gibson's younger brother, a minor league baseball player, and, he kinda stole the show. Just like how those aliens were trying to steal our planet. And one of the most memorable moments was the amazing alien reveal, which only works because Joaquin Phoenix plays it so well. He also plays baseball really well too, so well that his baseball skills save the frickin' world. In 2003, Joaquin Phoenix decided to lend his voice to a Disney animated feature, Brother Bear. And because that movie Signs made so much money, the studio let M. Night Shyamalan cast him again in The Village, which a lot of people hate, but hey, Joaquin's great in it. That same year, he played a firefighter in Ladder 49. And then he randomly popped up in Hotel Rwanda. But then, Joaquin Phoenix would take everything to a whole new level. We all knew he was talented, but his next performance was frickin' legendary, channeling the spirit of the Man in Black himself, Johnny Cash, in Walk the Line, showing us that he can sing as well as act. This earned him his second Oscar nomination, this time for Best Actor. And y'all remember that movie Brokeback Mountain? Of course you do, it's one of the best gay cowboy movies ever made. Well, back before they decided on Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal, rumor has it they wanted Joaquin Phoenix and Mark Wahlberg. Which, just doesn't seem right? I don't know. So instead of making sweet, sweet love in Brokeback Mountain, Joaquin Phoenix and Marky Mark would make sweet, sweet, crime in We Own the Night. I remember everybody was excited to see this movie, and then it kind of let everybody down. So we were like, oh no, did Joaquin peak when he was walking the line? Plus, his next film, Two Lovers, didn't exactly do much either. And that followed the infamous I'm Still Here stuff, which had everybody questioning Joaquin's sanity and career choices. This Casey Affleck-directed mockumentary bombed, but it did give us the gift of a fully committed, rapping Phoenix, which you have to admit, you kinda respect him for willing to sacrifice his public image just for his art. It was a wonderful attempt at showing how ridiculous celebrity worship is, but I don't know, they didn't really do much with it. All I remember is that P. Diddy's in it and that somebody poops on somebody. So for like 2 full years, Joaquin Phoenix was a joke. Before he was the Joker. Life reflects art, and art reflects life and stuff, and foreshadows it. Because Joaquin appearing on this David Letterman talk show, it shook up the world just like how the Joker appeared on that Robert De Niro talk show. So at this time, everybody was kind of in agreement that Joaquin Phoenix was a little cuckoo. But then we all instantly forgot all about all of that when we saw The Master. Paul Thomas Anderson basically just wanted to take the 2 best actors and just put them in a movie together and just go act. It's a truly beautiful, intense, soul-shaking thing to witness. Philip Seymour Hoffman and Joaquin just, bouncing their talents off of each other. And it's a movie about a man who falls in with a charismatic cult leader. Something that Mr. Joaquin is very, very familiar with. The Master earned him his 3rd Oscar nomination, instantly making him, again, a go-to actor for roles that require deep stares and barely suppressed rage. After bringing us the film The Immigrant, Joaquin Phoenix would show us all that he could do more than just rage. He actually excels at depicting soft, sad, innocent, and pathetic, and sweet. And it was all because of director Spike Jonze in the movie Her, which is a science fiction movie about a guy who falls in love with his AI operating system, which in 2013, seemed like sci-fi. Now it just seems like a romantic comedy. He would then star in Inherent Vice, again working with director Paul Thomas Anderson. It's a trippy, paranoid journey that perfectly showcases Joaquin's ability to seem constantly confused, yet oddly competent. Then Joaquin went back to bringing out that rage, and he was frickin' brutal in the 2017 movie You Were Never Really Here, which no is not a sequel to I'm Still Here, proving once again that he is at his best playing characters who are one bad day away from a complete breakdown. The next year was 2018, and Joaquin Phoenix, he used those 12 months to show off his whirlwind of diverse roles. He went from playing a cowboy in The Sisters Brothers, to playing Jesus Christ in Mary Magdalene, to playing a quadriplegic alcoholic cartoonist in Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot. All of these movies came out in the same year, so we were all like, wow, 2018 was a wonderful year for Joaquin. I bet the next year won't be that good. Wrong! Joke's on us, because 2019 brought us Joker, a role that finally freed Joaquin from his Oscar curse, making him only the second actor to win an Oscar for playing the Joker. So honestly, in my opinion, this is the most difficult role ever taken on by somebody, well, maybe at least in modern era Hollywood. Because nobody wanted a Joker movie. We were like, what? Heath was perfect. Stop it. And then we just saw like one frame of Joaquin in makeup, and we were all like, okay, let's give this guy a shot. Let's let the director of The Hangover make a Martin Scorsese homage using DC characters. So, as the cameras rolled, Joaquin disappeared into the character, delivering a performance that's both captivating and unsettling. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. If that car was full of clowns, every laugh, every tear, every violent outburst is a testament to Joaquin's dedication. Joker, it's more than just a film. It's a cultural phenomenon. It brought some pretty thought-provoking commentary on society's failures, and actually sparked a gigantic real-world conversation in the mainstream media. Joker made $1 billion, y'all. So yeah, now, at this point, Joaquin Phoenix could do absolutely anything he wanted, just truly experimenting and playing around as an artist. So next he brought us a tender black and white drama called Come On, Come On, and then a surreal psychological horror comedy extravaganza wild mind of a movie, what is this, called Beau is Afraid. And yeah, this movie could only be made because the filmmaker and the star have become so respected that studios are like, yeah, do whatever you want. And that same year as Beau is Afraid, 2023, Phoenix took on the role of Napoleon Bonaparte, reteaming with Gladiator director Ridley Scott in the epic Napoleon. Which, yeah, it didn't exactly do that well, but you know, it's just an honor to be cast as such a gigantic figure that it doesn't really matter if he does well or not, because he's Napoleon. In another surprising turn of events, Joaquin would then try to do the Brokeback Mountain thing again, but just 5 days before production, he would exit a brand new Todd Haynes gay romance drama. The reasons for his departure remain unclear, and this turn of events has raised more questions than answers. Hopefully, he'll find answers to these questions in his next project. Speaking of next projects, Joker 2. Joker Folie à Deux. That's right, they decided to make a sequel to Joker. It is a musical, which a lot of people are like, what? But, you know, the first Joker was pretty musical itself. Many are predicting this thing to flop, and it seems to be getting mixed reviews, but I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. I'm too busy making this.
So what do you do for an equally daring encore? Well, how about a song or two? And bringing the superpowers of Lady Gaga into the mix.
As we look back on Joaquin Phoenix's career, spanning over 40 years, and showing no signs of slowing down, one thing becomes clear. He is an actor who cannot be categorized. Phoenix has consistently pushed the boundaries of what it means to be an actor. He approaches each role with a level of commitment and passion that borders on obsession, diving deep into the psyche of his characters. and emerging with performances that are as unsettling as they are captivating. Whether you like it or not, whether it impresses you or annoys you, you still respect him because he's not afraid to take risks. As we eagerly await his future projects, one thing is certain. Whatever Joaquin Phoenix does next, it will be unexpected, and it will be unmistakably Joaquin, constantly living up to his name of Phoenix. That's resiliency. That's transformation. That's Joaquin Phoenix. So nobody should give a fuck about what the fuck happened to Joaquin Phoenix because, he's doing just fine.
Good night. And always remember, that's